In a peaceful village at the foot of Heaven Peak, life moved gently, almost like a quiet prayer. Yet the villagers carried one grand dream in their hearts: to build a temple on the mountain's highest point, a place where their hopes could rise straight into the sky. But the path was steep, harsh, and unforgiving. No one knew how such a dream could ever come true. One morning, the elders gathered everyone and announced a challenge. Whoever can build a staircase to the summit will bring honor to themselves and to us all. Their words swept through the village like a spark. Suddenly, excitement grew, possibility grew, and every heart wondered, could this be done? And who would dare to try? In the village, two very different figures stepped forward to accept the challenge. First was Wei, a young man whose strength was known across the valley. His arms were like carved stone. His voice carried confidence, and he proudly declared, "I'll finish, faster than anyone." The villagers cheered instantly. In their eyes, victory already belonged to him. Then came Lin, an old widow whose back had bent with the weight of many seasons. Her hands trembled even when lifting a water pot. The crowd laughed kindly but doubtfully. "Grandmother Lin, you can barely walk. How will you climb a mountain?" But Lin didn't defend herself. She simply smiled, the kind of smile only age can shape, and said, "I will carry one stone a day. No promises, no boasting, just quiet certainty." And in that moment, the mountain had already begun to reveal its lesson. Strength impresses people. Consistency transforms the impossible. Wei began his work like a storm, loud, fast, impossible to ignore. Every morning, he carried massive stones up the mountain, muscles flexing, confidence booming across the valley. Villagers cheered as his staircase rose quickly, and Wei proudly reminded everyone of his strength. But as days passed, the excitement faded. Strength alone could not stop exhaustion. Some mornings, Wei slept in. Other days, he promised, "I'll do twice tomorrow." But tomorrow never came. Eventually, the once towering pile of stones at the mountain's base became nothing more than a reminder of abandoned ambition. Meanwhile, Lin walked the same path quietly, almost unnoticed. Each day she carried only one small stone wrapped inside her cloth. Step by step, she climbed slowly, steadily, faithfully. Whether under scorching summer sun, sharp autumn winds, freezing winter snow, or gentle spring rain, she whispered the same promise: just one more stone today. She never rushed, never boasted, never stopped. What seemed insignificant at first began to shape something remarkable over the years, a staircase rising inch by inch through unwavering dedication. In their two approaches, the village would one day see a powerful truth. Greatness isn't built in bursts of effort, but in the quiet steps taken every single day. As the years quietly passed, something extraordinary happened. One early morning, a clear bell rang from the peak of Heaven Mountain. The villagers rushed outside and gasped. There stood a completed staircase reaching all the way to the temple in the sky. And it wasn't built by the strongest man they once praised. It was the work of Lin, the frail widow they had laughed at. They bowed before her, finally understanding. She wasn't fast, she wasn't powerful, but her unbroken consistency carved a highway to heaven. And Wei, once loud and confident, stood silent. He realized that talent without commitment is like thunder without rain. Impressive, but it nourishes nothing. They say that every mountain holds a secret, and Heaven Peak became famous because of one quiet woman's secret: patience. Over time, the staircase she built was no longer just stones. Travelers from distant villages came to walk it, calling it the Path of Patience. They came not for the steps, but for the story behind them. Lynn had shown the world a simple truth. Greatness is not created by sudden bursts of strength, but by small efforts repeated without fail. Her life became a reminder for anyone who felt overwhelmed or too late to begin. Carry one stone today, she would say. Carry another tomorrow. And slowly, step by step, you will rise to the top of your own mountain. In the end, it isn't talent that shapes destiny. It's consistency that builds the impossible.